Let's give a warm welcome to and a huge round of applause for our friend.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Let's first check if this is working. Yes, it is working. Good. So, a few days before, I was listening to a podcast. And in the podcast, one of the... Just hold on a minute. Perfect. So in the podcast, the guest said a line that stayed with me. He said, there are 3 types of lies, jhoot. So the first type he said are soft lies. Soft lies are lies that we tell others not to hurt them, but to please them. Like, करेले की सब्जी बहुत बढ़िया बनी है यार. I 2 minutes में phone करता हूँ तेरे को, and the phone never comes in, right? So these are soft lies that we tell every day, not to hurt anyone, but to please others. The second kind of lies are hard lies or harsh lies. It is like in the movie Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Shah Rukh Khan holding Rani Mukherjee like this, and when Kajol moves on, the hands automatically comes on there, right? And so Kajol is like going, and he's like, no, no, no. See, I see smirky faces. Guys, no, stop. Do not do that. These are bad lies. Okay, so soft lies and harsh lies. And the third lie is called as statistics. And I said, wow. And he was talking about the GDP of India. Let's not dive into that thing. But then I started to dig into some other details to give you some examples. I have a few of the examples here. So one statistic states that a state in India, I refrain from taking names because I am very social media aware. A state in India reported 0 complaints against corruption last year. 0 complaint. It means it's an utopian state, right? And corruption is one of the biggest problems of India. And yeah. And as our present government says, the things that are taking India back are the 3 C's: Congress, communism, and corruption, right? So a state with 0 corruption. Wow. And then when I started to dig into the reality was the anti-corruption hotline was not working for the whole year. You don't believe me? Let's see the next one. The next one says, X news channel has the highest television viewership in India. A news channel, are we so much news savvy, or do we want to listen to news? We have the Sasbi Kabhi Bahuti going on. We have IPLs. We have India versus Pakistan match. We have Messi versus Ronaldo. But still, how come a news channel has the highest viewership? Again, I started to look into details. How can it be? And this is what I found out. That people use it as a background noise. They just put it on and use it background noise. Next, a city in India claimed that over 65% of its residents are vegetarians and they are opposed to animal cruelty. And 65% is a very high number. Considering South India, Eastern India, these are like total non-veg states. When I did the research again, it was a paid campaign, runs once in a week and always on a Tuesday. Okay, but why am I talking about statistics so much? This is because of the next question. I asked ChatGPT what percentage of people globally read user documentation? And it says 20 to 25% of people worldwide read user documentation. Do you agree with it?
No.
So how many think that 20 to 25 is the right number? Let me see some hands. Okay, 1. How many of you think this is a low number? Okay, you think that people read more than this, right?
That depends. Documentation 100% read here or 30% read here.
Let's come to the slide.
The reading, right? You are not talking about other communication channels.
No. User documentation. Reading.
Not looking at a visual.
Right. And what percentage of people do you think this is a very high number? I think this is a very high number. Okay, so then, as I thought out that this is a very high number, I started to look into the details, and this is what I found. That only 2% of people read user documentation before using a product. Only 2%. That means, this brings us to a bigger question. That means, from 25, if we take out 2, the 23%, these are people who read documentation when they are in some kind of trouble, including us. We do not read it fully, right? When we are turning on the Bluetooth speaker, we just go and press some buttons and we know that it will connect. Only when we are not able to connect, we read documentation. But that leaves us with 75% people worldwide who will not read documentation even when they are in a problem. And that is a very big number. And in this cruel world, I am a technical writer with 14 years of experience. I hail from the northeastern part of India. The closest town is Darjeeling. Before being a technical writer, I tried my hands on football and music and failed in both of them miserably. And my political ideologies are neither rightist nor leftist, it's sarcastic, and I have never been to a Coldplay concert. Those who know what I mean. Good. Now let's come to the agenda. In today's session, I will talk about some of the pieces that Jagriti showed. I have taken out 3 pieces from them that I will talk about. I will talk about the contradictions or the paradox between them. I will tell you how the technical documentation team helped fill those gaps and acted as growth enablers in the form of stories. I will show you quite a few demos, and mostly the demos that Jagriti spoke about. This is quite an extension to her keynote, and I will show you demos that how are we achieving that. And then I will open it up to you for your stories, your experiences, and if there are any questions. Good. So till this time, do we have any questions? No. Okay. So let's go to the first part of it. So the first piece that I am talking about, it is between R&D and service. So let me tell you a story. So in 2018, we released a product, and it was for a compact segment. This is the product that we released. It is for the compact segment to be there in the tabletops. And as the name suggests, it's a compact segment. We had to design it in a very compact way, but yet a powerful piece of engineering, right? So what that essentially means is, it leaves us with very less space when a service technician is trying to operate it, because it's a compact shape and there are very less. So while we had an instance where we are regularly getting calls of few of our components in the PCB main board, which I believe the EDA guys, you make the PCB boards, right? Value designing tools. So one of our PCB boards, a component in the PCB board was getting damaged regularly. And when we did a root cause analysis for it, we found out that while disassembling the DMAP board or the main PCB board, that component was getting hit by a component, and hence only that L36 component was getting damaged. And then the right way to remove the procedure was already given there in our service manuals. We released the service bulletin for it, that how the service technician should use it and so that they avoid any damages, but that did not help. So then the documentation team stepped up, and we understood that this is not a way that it is getting solved, so we had to try something different. So what we did is, we tried to create a video, we tried to change the format of our document. Earlier we were giving them into a printed documentation, and this is where we first tried to give them a digital piece of documentation, so that they can see and work on. And let's see how it worked. Arshad, Bluetooth.
You're also starting without reading the manual.
No, I had someone to do everything. where it was getting damaged. No, this is not a fault. There is a way to do it.
So ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
So when we go to R&D, they say that it works on our environment. It is working perfectly. And when we go to service, and when the RBI governor or the head of the RBI is standing just next to you, he wants the cash cycle to flow in, and he's like, I cannot do it, and all the other components are getting damaged. So after we release this video, we haven't heard of the L36 component getting damaged just when we are disassembling the PCB board. Isn't just this is a great achievement, right? Thank you. So what did we do here? We took it from it works on my environment to it works everywhere. Okay, now coming to the second piece, I believe everyone will relate to this. This is between developers and users. I believe anyone who at any point of time who has worked with software documentation has to go through this, right? So I will not give very funny examples of this because you will have, I will look forward at the last to hear your experiences about it. So how there are problems, right? As Upal also mentioned, that if they try to explain with their logic, I'm not demeaning them, I'm not telling they are wrong. But to a normal user, it is not always possible to understand to the level that they are coming from, and that's where we pitch in, right? So how do we mitigate it? So before a release in the second stabilization, when the features are done and at least one level of bug fixings are done, we take the language file from them. The language files are in the file format of .ress, and we work on them. So these data name that you see, these are variables that we put in there, and the values that you see, these are written by the documentation team. So after the second stabilization, we get back the file, we check the features, we look for the user messages and all, and we correct them. So, and as Jagrati and Upal also said that our UI is available in 27 different languages. So it's the documentation team who help us, the localization partners for that. But before the other languages, the first thing we do is we translate the developer's English into user understandable English. So this is how we mitigate this. So for some examples, when we get some text like this, we make it something like this. When we get text like this, with phrases that we do not want to mention, we just cut it short. Right? I believe everyone does this, right? Okay, I look forward to your stories in the next one. Okay, now coming to the third piece. The third piece is called content ownership and continuity. And I believe this is the most important piece because this is a fight between me and me. Because we are as documentation engineers and technical writers, we are the content owners. So we know that when there is a release, we have to send a user manual along with them, where we cover all the features and we cover all the improvements that have been made. But is it enough? When I say continuity, I mean anticipating user needs. When I say continuity, I mean anticipating knowledge needs. So there, as in the first example we showed, we had written a service manual, we had written a service bulletin, but it was still not working. A small 2 minutes video did the trick. So it's about continuity. How are we supporting our customers? How are we supporting our service partners? This is where we come from. And in this era of AI, I believe this is our time to help the users, to help the service personnel, so that there are struggles that the service people go through, right? They have been moving throughout the city and in the banks and not in very pleasant conditions they have to go there. So it is our responsibility that we use AI to give them some better solutions. So what we are doing is we have, Jagrati mentioned, that we have partnered with a company called as Blockbrain, and they are our AI partners along with the AI team here in GND, which is primarily, we are some of them are parts here, and primarily the team is from Munich. So we are helping them to develop a system of systems that Jagrati showed in the slide, using the IRDS the matrices or which enables us to give smart delivery. So again, I will show you a demo how this is helping us. So using BlockBrain, we are creating knowledge boards for our products. So these are our knowledge boards with the products that we have. We have the BPSC 5, BPSC 2. We have a board for knowledge articles as well. So this is the data room that you go in, and you have the option of choosing your AI models there. Some are for logical thinking, some are for reasoning, some are for fast output, some are for images, and you just have to choose one depending on your user cases. And you see the AI mode is updated. We select a new data room. This is a new chat in LLM language, and we take the GPT-5 for thinking because it is known for its thinking abilities. Now we write the very basic thing. When you see a machine not working, is the red light blinking, right? This is one of the basic things that we have. So we start with this. When we put, it asks us to write a better prompt so that it can help us gather better things. But let's see what it has to offer. I recorded it yesterday itself, so 12 September you can see. It is fetching all the details from our single source of truth, that is our knowledge management tool that is called as GD Expert, which Devjyoti showed that this is where we come into effect. We have written all this technical literature, right? And now we are helping as the stepping stone of the LLM models to show us these good results. So see, all the results have been populated. I believe it's been 15 seconds. And it also says this is an AI generated response. It shows you the image where the light will appear. And with every line, it has a cross-reference to the document from where it is taking the information. It is not just random information, it is taking from Google. So when you go into this, you will find these are the documents from where it has taken the information from. And one good feature that it has is, you can go to the original page. Yeah, it's not hallucinating, and it takes you to the original user manual from where the details have been taken. So chapter 6, subparagraph 11, page 39, you have the details. You do not, when a service technician is in need, he does not need to fill to the, he just writes the problem and you have the answers available. Additionally, with AI and its capabilities, it will give you the answer for the next steps that the AI recommends. And as GPT-5 is a thinking model, it gives us these additional data points other than the GPT-4 Omni or other models. And also at the last, it will show the references from where the documents have been made. It will give you some additional questions as well that you can ask. And if this does not mean, you can write some other questions yourself. Okay, so this is our knowledge board, and this is how we are leveraging AI to help our customers and our service technicians. And we proudly say in GAT that we are AI ready, right? Okay. Good. Next, so in the prompt, you have not specified a correct time. So the same error might be available in different devices also. So how this AI is getting that information, and the instance might be different for both devices. So how you are taking care of that? Thank you for your question. I'm running out of time. Do I answer it later or do I answer it now? Okay, so if you see in the board first, there was written BPSC5 and BPSC2, right? So that is our machine time. So the boards are different from all the other machines. So when I clicked in BPSC5, it gave me the answers for BPSC 5. But also, as Devjyoti told in her keynote, that in India Center we have almost 85% of reuse because the machines are developed by the same R&D team. So in many cases the errors are same, so we reuse them. But the output that you will see will always mention the product that you are looking for. Right? Does that answer your question? Good. Okay. I would need 5 minutes more. So this was the third piece. But for continuity, we did not just stop here. We were, I will tell you another story. What happened was, so we were introducing license packages for our machines. And any first introduction is a noise in the market, right? People get very frustrated and why do we need this and all. So the product management team told us that we need a FAQ document where we answer all their questions and give it to them. So we readily prepared them and gave it to them. But what we saw was it gave thoda sa to pet the number, but it was not the full solution. So again with continuity, as we say, we created an animated video for them with AI voices. So this is how it goes and this is how it looked.
Hello everyone, my name is Taj, and this frequently asked questions session has been prepared to inform users about the software license packages. The target audience for this video includes G&T and distributors. Function-wise, it is beneficial for service technicians, customer project managers, technical support and help desk professionals. Our technical expert, Padma, will help us address all the queries and doubts regarding the software license packages and the rollout process. Hello Padma.
Hi Taj.
So Padma, from which release is the software license package implemented?
Starting with software release 4.6.1, new software license packages are introduced for the BPSC2 and BPSC5 machines.
So this was just question 1 and we had 25 other questions. For the interest of time, we are not showing it. So when we sent this video, paper और थोड़ा कम हुआ and people started realizing that okay, now we can go, we understand why is it needed and how is it going to impact my product. But then again, as we said, that our manuals or our UI is translated into 27 different languages. And then the final piece of the puzzle started coming in. Can we get a translated video for this one so that we can give to our subsidiaries? Now those who work with animation and with voices, they know how tedious this job is to fit in the same and make sure the other languages also come into it, right? Anyone has done it? Let me see hands.
Yeah.
Super. You guys know my pain. But 2 years, maybe 3 years before, if someone would have given me this challenge, I would have bluntly said no, it is not possible. I have to take I am not a master in languages, I cannot do it. But AI gives us the possibility to work, AI gives us the possibility to dream, and AI gives us the possibility to deliver. So we, along our AI team, along with Azure AI, in collaboration with Azure AI, developed a tool which helps us in real-time translation of these languages with AI voices. So we did it in quite a few languages to do a POC, a proof of concept. We showed it to our German colleagues, we showed it to a Dutch colleague, we did one Arabic, but I believe none of us know these languages, right? So for this event, I did one for Hindi so that you can see it yourself.
नमस्ते सभी को, मेरा नाम ताज है और यह अक्सर पूछे जाने वाले प्रश्न सत्र उपयोगकर्ताओं को सॉफ्टवेयर लाइसेंस पैकेजों के बारे में सूचित करने के लिए तैयार किया गया है। इस वीडियो का लक्षित दर्शक जीडी और वितरक शामिल हैं। कार्य के अनुसार यह सेवा तकनीशियनों, ग्राहक परियोजना प्रबंधकों और तकनीकी समर्थन के लिए लाभकारी है। हमारे तकनीकी विशेषज्ञ पद्मा सॉफ्टवेयर लाइसेंस पैकेजों और रोल आउट प्रक्रिया के बारे में सभी प्रश्नों और संदेहों को हल करने में हमारी मदद करेंगी। नमस्ते पद्मा।
नमस्ते ताज।
तो पद्मा सॉफ्टवेयर लाइसेंस पैकेज किस रिलीज से लागू किया गया है?
सॉफ्टवेयर रिलीज 4.6.1 से शुरू होकर नए सॉफ्टवेयर लाइसेंस पैकेज BPSC 2 और BPSC 5 मशीनों के लिए पेश किए गए हैं।
Isn't it amazing what AI can, how AI can help us? And I did not need to spend days doing it. With the tool, I just had to arrange the time limit. I just had to see if I could do a lip sync a bit. That's why you see somewhere it's going a bit faster and slower. But still, it's a good output, right? At least we can cater to different audiences who do not understand the languages that we are giving into. So yes, the possibility, the help that AI is giving us is immense. So I am very close to my closing statement. And again, before that, I want to show you one more video. Was this video understandable? What we were trying to communicate, could you understand it?
Yeah, we were trying to represent that system.
Yeah.
So it was, the video was shot here in this machine itself. So this was for the service technicians to show how to properly disassemble the machine. But you were able to get the message, right? It was clear, right? And you know the best part? This was done with HI, that is human intelligence, and not with artificial intelligence. This is where I come to my closing statement. That yes, AI is helping us to reach new heights, see new possibilities, and give us the scalability that we need. But there are still quite a few aspects that can be easily handled with human intelligence. We just have to understand that these are the places that we need AI to help us, and these are the places that we are very good at. And even without needing the help of AI, we can solve these problems ourselves. This brings me to my closing statement, which goes like, the best writers convey the most with the fewest words. The top designers craft interfaces and wireframes using the minimalistic text, and the best storytellers don't need words or subtitles to leave a lasting impact. Thank you everyone, my name is Devjyoti Moitra. I'm speaking on behalf of GMT. Thank you.
Let me say something about it. I think what is visible from Devjyoti, I'm able to see from last 2 years, Devjyoti is doing with a passion. In fact, whatever the video that he has showed, we were not doing it earlier basically. We were doing it, but we were doing it in a kind of a crude manner. But the way that he started with a passion, that he came with the ideas and then also started implementing things there. We have seen he has done these videos without any kind of a professional training. We have done it later. Was that we have shown that yeah, I can do something here. After that, he has started to then okay, let's go for some kind of professional training here. Before that, whatever that he has done, he has taken initiative, he has created this video and showed the world that yeah, I can do that thing. In addition, there is a lot of many other things that where that he has taken initiative and done a really good job into the technical documentation, like that he has done. In fact, he has done many more things also. Maybe if I start saying about those things, it will be really, I will have a little more time here to explain that what he is doing. He is a kind of a very good resource for us. And I think that the message here that we should is do whatever that we are trying to do with a passion. Wherever we are going with the organization, we need to start doing the things with our passion here. Once that will start, then you will be creating a masterpiece. That is what is the difference. If you will start doing with your heart, brain, everything that you will put into it, then you will be creating a lot of sense to what that you are creating. Otherwise, it will not be having that much kind of impact on the rest. Keep it up to Devjyoti and keep all the and good wishes to all of you. Thank you so much.
Also, before I end, it was not only me who was behind the scenes. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So we have our teammates as well. We have Saurabh and Badrish. Could you please stand up and could you have a round of applause for them as well? These are the guys who have been helping me throughout here. And not to forget the Munich team. We are the Munich team there. We work in close collaborations with them, and we are in it together. Thank you, everyone. I'm open for your suggestions, questions, and your stories.
We have any questions?
Okay, just a question. So these videos that you're creating, right, are these also linked to your pods, or these are separate deliveries?
No, these are linked to our pods. Some of the videos that I showed are still in POC, proof of content, so they are not in our knowledge base. But once we release it for users, we put it in our knowledge base, and once it goes to our knowledge base, it automatically gets
and these bots are mostly for your service
technicians.
Yeah, service technicians, right? So are you creating similar videos for your customers also, or is?
Yes, the machine opening that we showed, the last one that we showed, that is for our service technicians because the users do not need to do that. But the FAQ document that I showed, that is for the customers. So we cater to all the needs for service as well as
It's a whole lot of work. That's amazing.
Right. We have a big team as well. We have 4 here. We have almost 16 in Munich. We have 1 in US. We have 1 in China. So we have a big team.
Okay, and one just curious follow-up question. So when you showed the boards, those are different platforms, if I can say that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So customers would have licenses to different platforms. So information for one platform isn't shared across others, or I mean, backend of course you'll have reusable content because there will be similar, right? But on the face of it, when they query, so does it happen?
It works with we work with this reference files, right? With the GUI references. So whenever the output will come, it will always come as the product that you are searching for.
Right. So basically, you
Variables,
define it
yes.
and then that is good.
Good. Thank you. Any further questions?
Anybody?
No.
You only
So,
asked.
recently I saw the video that you have shown, the Hindi one, right? But the text was in English. Are you planning to do some kind of?
I have it in Hindi as well.
Okay.
I didn't show. With interest of time, I didn't show.
Okay.
The subtitles files are available.
So you have for other languages as well. You have. So how are you catering that the text? Because every language doesn't have the same amount of text or character spacing that is done. So how are you catering to that?
We are learning to how to should we cater to that. Like in this video, when we showed the English video first to our leadership team and to the representatives, they were like, can we have a more animated character when they are speaking? That would be more interesting, right? We said, yeah, we can do that. But now when we see this video, we see that when you have closed lips, you give us more time to fill in other languages as well.
Right.
Now it fits our use cases. Like if you have heard about the Hindi one, there was a phase where it was facing up, or हमारे customer को like आपको help करेंगे like this, and then there was a time, hello Taj, hello Papa, because that was because of the timing. Yes, we are improving the tool, we are working on the tool. We have a way of improving the LLM which is working behind the tool. There is a file called as a lexicon file. Through the lexicon file, we are able to give them instructions and we are able to teach them what do we want. In the future, we also want to put in some a style guide to it. Let's see, still in POC, but yes, we are working on it.
I was talking about the spacing. When you write English, there is you have only 24 alphabets, right? When you write Chinese, the amount of spacing that the same text would need is more.
You are talking about subtitle files?
No, the spacing of the text.
Yeah.
On-screen text?
Yes, on-screen text, right.
Devjyoti Moitra.
It's a big challenge.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, especially in the user interfaces, right?
Yes,
You're
yes.
talking about it. So yeah, we have, we limit, we do our testing. It's not possible with the tools to actually restrict and also to find out that exactly this number of alphabets will
Yeah.
fit.
My point was that.
Because the pixelation and everything, especially if you consider Arabic probably.
So my point was that.
Yeah, we do a lot of testing. As I said, even in my presentation and in Devo's presentation, it looked very smooth, right? Smooth. Pyramid ban gaya, video ban gaya, but there is a lot of challenges that goes in the background. And these are the kind of challenges that we face. You won't believe that we actually manually went through all screens. That was a few years back. I actually did all the screens. And then for each and every language files we set a limit that okay, whenever we see that there's a text bleeding or something like that, we try to set a limit. But that also doesn't work because you can't restrict language. So sometimes we also go for concatenation of text wherever it makes sense. We can give 3 dots. That also doesn't make sense. But this is a challenge and we live with it.
So I have a small you can say point of how you can use that. So there are dynamic frames.
Yeah.
So you can use that to actually for the spacing thing.
We actually
Yeah,
do
we have
that.
a responsive
but-
screen for that. But with that also we have this
So the
framework.
problem with that is it will bring down the font size because
Yes.
the placeholders
Yes.
are the same.
Yes, the spacing
So
will be
that
same.
sometimes doesn't give a very good user experience because for the previous text you had something Arial 11 and for the next
Yeah.
text you have a Arial 7. That is not, but yeah, that is a valid situation that we also do.
Yeah, but I think the only solution that we have at this moment is concatenating the text and giving 3 dots there.
That's the only one.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Please.
Every part is correct, every part is very good. Just I want to know about you are using Block Brain as a third-party application for this.
We are in talks with Blockbrain, so it will maybe you want. We are acting as third-party partners, so we have a NDA, and these are the information that is going through this remains in GND, so there is no leak of info.
So, as you told before, like what about the security of the content and how you are providing these internal knowledge base to your customer? Is it extraction or you are providing a link or a user authentication to access?
We have something called as partner level. So if a documentation is a user manual, it is visible to all. So when we set the metadata, we set it there the partner levels where it can go. If it is a specific service manual, it has a different partner level. If it is a confidential GNT information, it is a different partner partner level. So that is how we feel.
So that's a client partner interest that you are bringing it up here.
I didn't get you.
It's a client partner interest that you are bringing.
So that we do not share the trade secrets with them.
I can have an answer to that. For every user access to our system, we have an NDA from the user. So yeah,
That's
because we are also especially for a company like JP where we are a security company, we are dealing with backwards and people's data. So for data is very sacred for us. So yeah, we have a lot of
BFSI people doesn't show much interest when we speak about the AI applications. They have many trusting issues. So that's what my part is. So building up like a confidence to share documentation part with the BFSIs or BFSI villains.
So yeah, we have, as I said, we have the GD expert knowledge base that they both spoke about. We have, for every user, you have to sign an NDA with the member login. And if you are not a customer or someone who is not an external party, then probably you will share links. You have to share some links, and there will be a temporary meeting that also they have to sign an NDA. So there's a lot of layer of security, and that's our biggest challenge.
And you know, for GND, our company motto or the logo, our motto says we create confidence. So that is what we try to do. So thank you everyone. Thank you for your patience.